The conflict between Israel and Hamas has raged for far too long. Images of destruction and despair have become all too familiar. Yet, even amidst the rubble and heartbreak, glimmers of hope emerge. The recent release of hostages by Hamas, while a positive development, has been overshadowed by unimaginable tragedy. The story of two young children, Kfir and Ariel Bibas, lays bare the devastating human cost of this enduring conflict. Their story is a stark reminder of the fragility of life, particularly in conflict zones. It underscores the urgent need for a lasting peace, a peace that has eluded this region for far too long. The road ahead remains fraught with challenges, but the release of hostages offers a glimmer of hope. It is a reminder that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit, the yearning for peace, can persevere. The Bibas family's ordeal began on October 7, 2023. Hamas launched a surprise attack on Israel, breaching the Gaza border. Among the chaos and carnage, they were taken hostage. Kfir, just 9 months old at the time, and Ariel, 4, were ripped from their lives, their futures uncertain. Their father, Yarden, was also captured but released weeks later. He returned home to an unimaginable reality. His children were still captive, their fate unknown. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. Hope flickered but began to dwindle with each passing day. Then came the devastating news. Kfir and Ariel's bodies would be released. Their mother, Shiri, is presumed dead, lost amidst the chaos of the initial attack. The Bibas family story is a stark reminder of the human cost of this conflict. These are not just statistics, they are lives tragically cut short, families torn apart. The release of Kfir and Ariel's bodies, while heartbreaking, is part of a broader ceasefire agreement. This fragile truce, brokered by international mediators, aims to bring a much-needed respite to the region. The deal is structured in phases, each with its own set of challenges and opportunities. The first phase centers on a prisoner exchange. Hamas has agreed to release a number of Israeli hostages. In return, Israel will release Palestinian prisoners. This exchange, while fraught with political complexities, is seen as a crucial confidence-building measure. It is a step, however tentative, towards rebuilding trust and creating the space for dialogue. The conflict's impact extends far beyond the hostages. The Gaza Strip, densely populated and impoverished, has borne the brunt of the fighting. Hospitals and infrastructure lie in ruins. Food and medical supplies are scarce. Families struggle to survive amidst the devastation, their lives shattered, their futures uncertain. The international community has pledged aid, but the needs are immense. Rebuilding Gaza will require a concerted effort, a commitment not just to bricks and mortar but to healing the deep wounds that this conflict has inflicted. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict is often framed as a zero-sum game. Each side views the other with suspicion, their narrative seemingly irreconcilable. Yet beneath the layers of historical grievances and political posturing lies a shared pain, a longing for peace and security. For Israelis, the Hamas attacks evoke a deep sense of vulnerability, a fear for their safety and security. They see Hamas as a terrorist organization, bent on their destruction. For Palestinians, the conflict represents decades of occupation, displacement, and the denial of basic rights. They see themselves as fighting for their freedom, for a future free from oppression. The issue of prisoners and hostages remains a major stumbling block in the peace process. For Israel, securing the release of its citizens held captive is paramount. They are seen as victims of terrorism, their freedom non-negotiable. Palestinians, however, view the release of their prisoners as a matter of justice. Many have spent years, even decades, incarcerated in Israeli prisons, often without trial. Their release is seen as a precondition for any meaningful peace agreement. It is easy to get lost in the geopolitical complexities of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. We forget that behind the headlines, the political rhetoric, are real people whose lives have been irrevocably altered. There's the Israeli family, forever scarred by the loss of a loved one in a terrorist attack. There's the Palestinian child in Gaza, traumatized by the constant bombardments, haunted by the fear of losing their home, their family. These are the human faces of this conflict, the stories that often go unheard. The path to peace is long and arduous. The ceasefire, while fragile, offers a glimmer of hope. It provides a window, however small, for dialogue, for rebuilding trust, for addressing the root causes of the conflict. Civil society organizations on both sides are working tirelessly to bridge divides, to foster understanding and empathy. They understand that peace is not just the absence of conflict, it is the presence of justice, equality, and mutual respect. The story of Kfir and Ariel Bibas is a tragedy, a stark reminder of the human cost of this enduring conflict. Yet, even amidst the despair, we must cling to hope. The ceasefire, however tenuous, offers a chance for peace. It is a chance to break the cycle of violence, to build a future where Israeli and Palestinian children can live side by side in peace and security. This is the challenge and the responsibility of this generation. Let us pray that we have the wisdom and the courage to meet it.